This is practice test 6, and here we're working on number 5. And the question says, a recent survey found that 60% of all shoppers on Cyber Monday did their shopping online. The rest of all shoppers on that day were in-store shoppers. Of the online shoppers, 55% made purchases, while 75% of the in-store shoppers made purchases. So letter A, we are asked to make a decision tree which represents this survey, show the probabilities at the end of each branch. And that's what we have down here. Now we start with all shoppers, and we have these little dots. They're called nodes in the decision tree. And then out from this node, we have this line represents those who are the online shoppers, and this line represents those who are the in-store shoppers. Now we're told in the first statement that 60% of all shoppers did their shopping online. So this is the 60% or 0.60 of the shoppers who did their shopping online. All the rest of the shoppers on that day were in-store shoppers. So if this is 60%, this must be 40% or 0.40. These are the in-store shoppers, 40% of all the shoppers. And then we're told of the online shoppers, that's these shoppers here, 55% made purchases. So we draw another line with a note at the end, and this represents the 55% or 0.55 who made purchases. And then if 55% of those online made purchases, then the rest made no purchase, and they must be 45%. 100% minus 55% gives me 45% or 0.45 of the online shoppers made no purchase. And then we're told 75% of the in-store shoppers made purchases. So down on this bottom line, these are the in-store shoppers, and we're told 75% of them made purchases. So here's the line representing the 75% or 0.75 who made purchases. And if 75% made purchases, that means that 25% did not make a purchase, and those shoppers are represented here, 0.25, made no purchase. And so once we get the diagram set up in this way, now what we can do is we can take each branch that leads out to these final points or nodes, and we can multiply along the branches, and that will give us the percent at each of these nodes at the end. So we can take 0.60 and multiply that by 0.55, and that gives us 0.33 or 33%. What that means is 33% of the shoppers were online and they made a purchase. If we take 0.60, multiply it by 0.45, we have 0.27 or 27%. That means 25% of the shoppers were online and made no purchase. And we continue with the other branches down here. We take the 0.40 times the 0.75, that gives 0.3 or 30%. 30% of the shoppers on that day were in-store and they made purchases. And then we take 0.40 times 0.25 and we get 0.01 or 10%. 10% of the shoppers were in-store and they made no purchase.